Thank you very much, Lena.
No,
So you are product and marketing manager at Suunto.
yes, I am.
So what can you tell about the new launch of products at Suunto?
Yeah, maybe first with Suunto. So we have a long dive history or history in general. We have been around for almost 80 years, and we actually started, or Suunto started by an accident. So there was not a diver taking a compass underwater and then realized it functions underwater. And so we started with dive compasses, and then back then dive computers weren't even developed, so then we developed the first dive computer as well. And then rest is history, and then we've done a bunch of new innovations around the road, and maybe then that brings us to our newest innovation. So we have a long history in kind of doing dive products, but also outdoor and sport watches. So now we have combined the two worlds. And then we have a dive computer that also then incorporates sports and outdoor. So bringing everything in one piece. Yeah, and then with basically, we really emphasize usually in Suunto products is design is a really important part, and more from a purposeful design. So we want the products to reflect the world, what they're designed to do, and also have a purpose in functioning as they are planned. So for example, dive products are really thorough designed to function as in their best environment where they are kind of planned to be done. So we have different kind of ranges from dive-only devices, bigger displays, smaller displays, and then this one that basically does everything in one product.
This is for the daily use as well.
This is for daily use, for dive and daily use, so it basically tracks all of your daily activies, steps, calories, sleep, even if you want to sleep with the device. So it's kind of like an Apple Watch or anything else. Then you can track almost any sports that comes to mind. It has something like 95 or even more, and you can even add more sports if that's not enough and you don't find your own sport. So you basically can track anything you do. On top of that, if you are doing a lot of outdoor activities, so let's say you're moving in the mountains or you're just doing trail running or running in the forest, you can have download map to the device and follow the map from your device and have routes that you kind of track you and navigate where you're going, apart from checking the weather, following sunsets, getting storm alerts, and all of that kind of functionality.
It's super complete. And there is another function that you can track where you visited during the dive.
Yes, so because we have had, as said, the kind of outdoor aspect, and we have been able to track routes where you go while you are outdoor, now we wanted to kind of bring that logic also to something underwater. Suunto has a long history in doing innovative stuff and trying to make things more safer and more convenient. So now we have created the first kind of possibility to track your dive route for recreational diving or for diving in general. It has been available with additional buoys and so forth, but now everything is happening just with one device. So it tracks you when you go and dive. It follows you. It's an algorithm that has been created, and after the dive, you can, when you sync your dive to an app in your mobile phone, it transfers the data and draws you a 3D map of your dive. And then you can share it to your friend, for example.
Amazing. And it's good for teaching as well, no?
It's good for teaching. It's good for even when you're
debriefing.
Yeah, debriefing. It's good for exploring if you want to share with your friend, like a new route that you have done on a dive site. It's good for obviously just memory, how you've done. For the first time, I think a diver get a sense of where did they actually dive. When we dive, we don't really know how we actually ended up, because, I mean, we don't have paths or we have signals under, or like routes underwater, so we have a sense maybe of where we should go or where we have gone, but I feel like it's super interesting to see that the dive you planned and how the route you planned, how it actually looks then after the dive. Plus, I mean, I used it, for example, to mark if I find something interesting underwater. Maybe I find a new wreck that I haven't seen, or maybe I find there's a fish living somewhere or a seahorse, then I kind of mark it in my route. I do like a circle around it, and then I know on my next dive that, okay, actually it was there. Yeah. And or then when I want to show it to my friend, like every fun
during the dive, can you see the map? No, it's afterwards.
Yeah,
okay.
So it's only afterwards at this point, but of course we're developing it all the time. It's only a beta version at this point, so yeah, at the end, of course, we are looking for that you could actually track it while you are diving, but also with that small screen, it maybe is not so practical to see the kind of breadcrumb while you are diving, so But maybe in the future, you never know.
No, no. Well, thank you very much.
All right, so here we have then different kind of devices, and they have only dive functions. As we can see, we have two that are more bigger displays. So these two are more, they are for recreational, but also for technical diving. So they have trimix features and CCR compatibility. Although you can't connect to a CCR, but you can have it as a backup. So they have a CCR mode. They also are to a little bit more deeper range than what the Ocean has. The watch size D5 is then, let's say, it's the maybe or like the little sister of the Ocean.
Yeah.
So it's more for recreational diving. You can dive, obviously, some decompression dives as well, but it doesn't have trimix or CCR in it. But convenient to have on your wrist. It has, in that sense, a small daily function that you can get notifications on it, but no other multi-sport functions. But it's also really good and popular for free dive because it has a free dive mode as well. Free divers tend to like it as well since it's more like the wrist size version. These are more than for the more dedicated divers.
More technical diving.
Yeah, yeah, and more durable. I mean, this one is, I always call, it's completely stainless steel. It probably lasts through nuclear war. This one is more light and compact. I mean, this one lasts forever. All of these are rechargeable, so you just recharge it, and this has the longest battery. You can dive for almost probably 20-30 hours. This one is a little bit much shorter, so I mean, you don't have to charge them every day, especially not these ones. This one is then a little bit more shorter, but still really convenient. They all have Bluetooth, so you can basically transfer all of the dives to your app to get the history and analyze them in detail. All of them are compatible with the same tank pod, so if you want to follow the tank pressure from the device or gas consumption rates, they are all integrated as well.
Great, and they have compass also.
All of these have a compass. Yep. So this one is actually quite nice that you can have it. You can actually quite easily navigate with the compass over there. These are similar as in the Ocean. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.